back.
Memories broken, the truth goes unspoken. I'm vivid, forgotten my name. I don't know the season or what is the reason. I'm standing here holding my blade.
Bane, Flame, welcome in. We're gonna finish the original Doom. Thanks for the quotes, Bane. I have adjusted them to properly reflect dates and games that they were said during. I appreciate it. I don't like that the gameplay disappears when the menu comes up. Difficulty modifiers. Oof, pistol style. Good. Hey, Gary, brother. Well, don't worry. If anything happens to him, I'll take care of him myself. I appreciate that, Flame. Thank you. Let's go! Welcome to episode 3, Inferno. Undeniably the weakest episode of the original Doom. Even if you factor in Thy Flesh Consumed, which was added later in the Ultimate Doom. Because while Thy Flesh Consumed is bullshit, I will see that, because we're gonna do Thy Flesh Consumed. Why am I pistoling 2 cacodemons? Who decided this was okay? Who designed this map? Get me the credits. Like, even for all its problems, Thy Flesh Consumed isn't boring. Is that Ninja? It was Ninja? That son of a bitch. I don't think I have enough ammo for this. Fuck him. Yeah. Excuse me. Nope. Bye-bye. Better. Alright. You have something to say? Sandy Peterson. That son of a bitch. I won't give Sandy Peterson shit for doing 2 though. Like, they shouldn't have put so many levels on Sandy Peterson in Doom 2. How you doing, Ninja? Yeah. Well, we already mentioned the Slower Despair. We're definitely gonna have to go the map on that one. Yeah, Nightmare woke up freaked out, and now we're in hell. Alright, Ninja, I'll take care of you. Alright, let's do this. Bastards. Well, level 1, done. Didn't die. Oh, here we are. Slow of Despair. I forgot this was level 2. Ugh. That's right, we're in the shed. Remember, your first target should always be the hit scanners. Do not have the ammo for this. Thank you, appreciate your contributions. Oh. You fuck off. Ah, shit. Isn't there a map designed by John Romero somewhere in here? Oh, no. Oh, look, flame fire blue. Nope. Oh, wow. Appreciate it. Faster. To be in heaven when we meet. Whatever. Well, the bad news is I didn't quick save. Oh, fuck off. That was just awful. Oh, I hate this. Appreciate that. Like, once we've killed everything, as the Lord intended. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, no. I can't even move. Well. Yeah, kill the shotgunner. Am I just going to restart this episode? You know what, I'm going to restart this episode. I'm doing this again. Am I out? Join the party. Cool. Okay. Let's go back. Really makes me miss the chainsaw. Fortunately, this whole thing is something you don't have to deal with in Doom 2. Because Doom 2 doesn't have episodes. So it's just one straight run. They never take away your weapons. That wasn't worth it at all. Every now and then, it's like, you know, I'm good at these games to a point. I mean, my no damage Cyber Demon fight should speak for itself. And there's a whole thing of like, he's playing this like he's never played it before sometimes. And then you see me do that I just did, and it's like, well, clearly he didn't realise that jumping into that lava will just bring you back around here. He mustn't have done this level before. But you just saw me do this level, and I did that twice. Because I'm an idiot. Last Romero level. I know he only contributed maybe 2 to episode 2. And his last level's early in episode 2. Rattle off the names for me, Flame. I'll pick them out by name. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed that fight, Ninja. I worked very hard on it. That's right, run away, you little bitches. I might be in a worse situation than I was last time. No shotgun ammo. Oh, handgun ammo. Like, pistol starting would at least give me 50 pistol shots. I'm gonna say either Deimos Anomaly or Hall of the Damned. This ain't gonna go well. They're all dead, though. You sneaky bitch. Alright, thanks for popping in, Ben. I appreciate the addition to the... oh, shit. Additions to the quotes and your general presence. Hope you have a good day at work, buddy. Oh, lost souls now. Ow! Ow! What was I stuck on? Yeah, that Berserk pack is clearly what I want. Get out of my way. The big thing to really appreciate about Berserk Pack is that it brings you back to 100 health. But if I'm gonna have to punch all these motherfuckers, might as well be angry while I'm doing it. There was it. There it is. Behind a goddamn spectre. Well, that's gotten worse. Step 4 boost normally, then 2 levels of that flash consume. Yeah. Yeah, that figures. It gets that berserk yet? Why? If I'm lucky, there'll be a little bit of infighting going on here. No, go back to the first. Alright, we might have a chance. Maybe. The important thing to remember is that Berserk is still active even after the screen stops being red. Yeah, I've always said that John Romero, for better or worse, definitely earned his ego. And like, while Daikatana was definitely that ego running unchecked, which was a mistake. And when he came back and did Sigil, like, he showed he absolutely knew exactly what he was doing when coding Doom levels. I think anybody with a big ego, like, I feel like Hideo Kojima could do with something like a Daikatana. Something that everybody just agrees is unequivocally just shit. But no, for some reason, people love Death Stranding. I could really do with this hit being a little more accurate. Like, you've got a Cacodemon right in front of you. How do you miss the fat bastard? Death Stranding is a very specific game. I don't want to talk much shit about Death Stranding because it's not a game I've played, and it's not a game I have any intention of playing. And we talk about the idea of never say never. Death Stranding is a never. I have no interest in getting anywhere near any of that nonsense. Same as with The Last of Us 2. I have nothing I want to contribute to that argument. Very artsy fartsy. I mean, I'd listen to your opinion if you had an opinion on Death Stranding, Flynn. Yeah, but it's definitely a problem you could see building up with the Kojima stuff. Because, like, people criticize Metal Gear Solid 4 for, like, being overblown and having too many cutscenes, and they're not wrong. Well, that fucking happened quickly, didn't it? And then Peace Walker definitely makes that situation worse. They dial back a little bit on the cutscenes, but the story definitely takes a big hit. And then Metal Gear Solid 5, I think, just has that issue, but bigger. We've dialed back on the cutscenes, focused on the gameplay. Cool, but now there's not a story worth looking at. Where did that Spectre come from? You two die faster, please. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Oh, never fucking mind that. Yeah, I think everybody with a big name needs something to bring them down. To remind them that they are only human. Right, we have the area map. You can now see the whole map. This is Slough of Despair. I think there's the big thing with it as well. Like, Daikatana happens, and it's not good. And it absolutely cripples John Romero's ego. For the better, honestly. Like, he seems like a really chill dude now. Like, one of the cooler dudes in gaming. Now I find a rocket launcher. Dennis Dyack was never that. And Dennis Dyack was never going to be that. Yeah, all that, but you know, it also doesn't help that while you've got regular people... Well, it looks like I missed the index finger as well, Flynn. While you've got people saying anything negative about the game, you know, it doesn't help Troy Baker's also there sucking his dick. you know, any kind of complaint about it. Oh no, you suck. You know, you've got the majority of gaming press all sucking each other off over it. And it becomes this big echo chamber that helps contribute to the, let's be fair, less than positive opinion about gaming journalism as a thing. Oh, good. I could play this game 1,000 times, I will probably never remember all the specific triggers and stuff like this. There should be, and I'm hoping to get it before I leave this level. Like, you need dissenting opinions, and you also need to, like, act... Fuck off. You need to actually listen to those dissenting opinions every now and then. Full health. Wonderful. Oh, fair enough. But it's been a problem with games journalism for a long time. The fact that the industry as a whole requires or relies upon in the gaming industry giving them access to stuff. And anytime you see a shred of integrity, it's kind of beaten down. Oh, we won't give you review copies or preview copies of our next game, which means you won't get the website traffic, which means you'll lose money, which means you'll eventually just lose the website. Alright, there you go. Everything in slower despair. Now we never have to do it again. It's the real problem with the industry and why you don't see the same kind of criticisms of the video game industry as you do, like, the film industry. Boy, I would love some ammo. Well, They seem like they're going to be friends. Yep, I pressed the wrong button. I keep forgetting that down is rocket launcher and not plasma gun. But yeah, you end up with a problem of traditional video game review outlets are essentially outdated. Because the way the world moved on, like, you can get so much more, like, as a game publisher or developer or whatnot, you can get so much more for so much less by just giving something to a random YouTuber. And potentially hit more people because of it. So the concept of game journalism, as it exists, really just kind of hangs on a thread. I'd like to see maybe 20% less Barons of Hell. I've been here. Oh, I'm not picking that up yet. Sorry, it's cheeky, but... But yeah, the whole... The whole idea as it exists, just constantly on a thread. The game industry decided gaming journalism didn't need to exist anymore. They could very easily cripple it as just an industry. Games journalism needs the games industry to exist. Games industry does not need games journalism. Why is it every time I turn a corner there's more of you fuckers? Damn it. I feel like Lost Souls are more of a problem in Doom 1 than Doom 2. Even though you can, I think, technically have more Lost Souls in a level in Doom 2 because the pain elementals spawn them. The Lost Souls in Doom 1 are very specifically placed. And they're always a problem. I would love for ammo to stop being an issue. Nothing like playing on ultraviolence to make you realise how much you hate spectres. Heard that. Yeah, I got a blue key. Nothing seems to have happened. The industry as a whole is changing though, and there's definitely a lot of negatives going on. AI being the biggest worry. Just, you know, for everything. Dissolution of jobs constantly, the push of shareholder targets. I'll save that for a special occasion. That's right, the industry as a whole does need to suck a dick. We're really seeing the same effects in pretty much every walk of life now. The constant monetization and increased cost of everything for the sake of appeasing some fuckheads who think we should be paying more for whatever they're putting out. How big is the splash damage on rocket launchers? Come on. I feel like every day we get closer to the whole eat the rich idea coming true. I would love Love to have a bag of bullets at some point. Let's go. You have a blue key? I saw a blue door somewhere. I haven't found the map yet. Remedy's an interesting game. Because, like, Max Payne was possibly one of their most profitable games. And then Max Payne 2 sold so much less than that. Like, Max Payne 1 was huge. There we go. And yet Max Payne 2 didn't match that. Despite being a much better game. Max Payne 2 is far and away better than the first game. Didn't sell anywhere near as well. And then since then, they've also only been focusing on stuff that interests them. I think they're an interesting comparison with something like Way Forward. Where Way Forward has a very positive reputation of putting out fantastic product. But Way Forward has also done a lot of garbage just to pay bills. They've done the best they can with a lot of it, but there's a lot of very basic shit in their catalogue. Licensed work, contract work, just for the sake of paying the bills. And Remedy doesn't do that. And, like, I cannot imagine a scenario where Quantum Break was profitable. Control had a whole lot of issues around the way it was presented. Like, let's not mince words about that. And then Alan Wake 2. Like, the two big issues with trying to sell Alan Wake 2. One, digital only, there was no physical release of it. Did they put a physical release out on, like, as a special edition? A collector's edition, maybe? And nothing else? And two, on the PC, where that doesn't matter, you're only going to be buying digital anyway. Available only through Epic Games Store. So you've immediately cut your sales down significantly on every platform now. Which is insane given the scope of Alan Wake 2 and what it must have cost to produce. It's like when Square constantly demands a certain level of sales from all the games they're putting out, but then they make them exclusive to a single platform and complain that people aren't buying them. It's like, yeah, because you're restricting your market. EFG. I only meant to fire that once. Well, EA is part of a separate situation where they're not really producing particularly creative works of art. They're just producing what they think will sell and demanding that it sell. I'm talking more about, like, specifically putting out things that you want to make. Because, like, there's no doubt Alan Wake 2 is something Remedy wanted to make. And let's be fair, 10 years ago, I don't think anybody would have expected any kind of follow-up to Alan Wake. I don't think it was ever a game you would have expected to get a sequel. Let alone a sequel on the scale that it happened. Yeah, and then it did happen, and it was like, wow. And it was restricted to digital only, which is insane for a AAA release like that. And Epic Games Store on PC. And it's still not available on Steam. Like, regardless of your own personal feelings about Epic Games Store, I don't think positively about them, but regardless of anybody's personal feelings, it's not the biggest distribution platform. Steam is. So you can complain about sales all you want, but you've hamstrung yourself. Like deciding to run in a marathon using only one leg and then complaining when you don't win. Like, yeah, you weren't going to win because you decided to run on one leg. As far as Nagoshi goes, though, having left Sega and the RGG studio, like, I would have been amazed if he managed to make more than one game after Yakuza. Especially given how long it took Yakuza to really catch on. Like, Yakuza's big now, but it took, what, over a decade for it to really catch on? And you can market something as, like, from the director, creator, whatever, of this thing that you love. Majority of people aren't going to follow you. Because they're not interested in whatever it is you're creating, they're interested in seeing more of what you've already created. Look at Shinji Mikami. I saw a thing, I think it was this morning. Shinji Mikami's got a new studio and he's making a new game. And it's like, that's great, but the last thing Shinji Mikami put out that I had any interest in was Vanquish. And Vanquish was not like a title with broad appeal. Like, as great as Vanquish is, as much as the people who played it love it, it was never a title with broad appeal. Like, they had to bundle that with Bayonetta when they re-released it. And that should tell you everything. And, like, we get to The Evil Within, and is anybody, like, how many people are looking at The Evil Within as the new game from Shinji Mikami? I mean, hell, when I was paying attention to it, when it was coming out, my big interest in it wasn't because it was from Shinji Mikami, because it seemed to be a new AAA horror game in an environment that was starved of them. I think especially as the industry has grown, the idea of following creators is way less prevalent than it used to be, especially given how many other people can have to be involved in the creation process. I think Hideo Kojima is probably the only person who still gets that whole thing of, oh, it's a Hideo Kojima game. That's probably because the industry is so hard on pushing them. Nobody else still gets that. And if they do, it's only a very niche thing. They're trying to appeal to a very small group of people who might still remember what that person made previously. That can certainly be a part of it. I mean, it's a big part of why the Metal Gear Solid series is as terrible as it is, I think. Because being the first of its kind is all well and good. But then the second of its kind comes out. And then the third, and they build upon and improve. So Metal Gear Solid being the first big cinematic video game experience is all well and good, but there was always going to be a second and a third. They improved on it, and there was. I think what has kept Metal Gear Solid so fresh in the mainstream mind is how weird it was, while still being conventional enough for the wider audience to swallow. So it's very vanilla in a lot of ways in its broader presentation, with quirks. So it can appeal to a wider audience, but also still stay fresh in the mind, because you'll remember the weird stuff that it did. I mean, hell, we don't really get to show it off all that much when we stream it, because I'm not going to sit here for hours and just go through the codec conversations that are all really fun. But there is a lot of fun in that. And a big part of the reason why I love Metal Gear Rising so much is because that whole aspect is front and center. It is ridiculous and over the top and just insane. And it probably wouldn't have the same broader appeal. Is it always the plasma gun with you? It probably wouldn't have the same broader appeal if it didn't have the rest of the series before it to kind of lull people in. It's a Platinum game through and through, filtered through the lens of a Kojima product. But it's absolutely got Platinum-style story sensibilities. I mean, is it really any crazier than Bayonetta? No, but it's had a broader install base because it's Metal Gear. While Bayonetta, for some reason, struggled to find that broader success that it really wanted. Good. I think ultimately the biggest solution that any of these things can have is for the publisher to be willing to take a hit on something odd for the sake of building maybe brand recognition or some such, which is always less and less likely. Like, we talk about Bayonetta, and it did happen specifically with Bayonetta 2. I think largely because Nintendo wanted something to draw people to the Wii U. And we ended up forging a pretty strong relationship with Platinum with it. And, like, I love pretty much everything that's come out of that partnership. The only thing I've not really got into has been the Wonderful 101. As much as I would like to at some point. And I would like to play the original Wii U version, which I do have. But that was absolutely Nintendo taking a hit that nobody else was willing to. Well, going this way was wrong. There we go, the backpack full of ammo. Didn't realise there were stairs though. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It is the really awkward thing about the industry, because it is an industry first and foremost. And you hope that the creative projects can come along and, you know, get the attention they deserve and the reception they deserve. And a lot of the time they don't, and it's a real shame. And part of the solution to that is to try and maybe make them cost less to develop. But, like, you can go back to stuff like the PS2 era. And, like, we talk about Platinum Games and Shinji Mikami. And, like, let's look at the precursor to Platinum. Clover Studios. Every game they put out is absolutely something worth your time. And I think pretty much every game they put out did not sell well. Like Beautiful Joe. Released as a GameCube exclusive, didn't sell super well, got put to the PS2. Probably sold better because they made a sequel. And Capcom clearly had interest in Beautiful Joe becoming a thing because there ended up being, I think, 4 Beautiful Joe games in total. Okami. Again, something Konami clearly wanted to succeed. Comes out on the PS2, gets ported to the Wii, gets an HD version on PS3, gets another HD version on PS4, PC, Switch. It might be on Xbox One. Gets a DS sequel. Like, they clearly wanted that to succeed. I don't think PNO3 is actually a Clover Studios game. God Hand, though. Like, God Hand is exactly the example. Weird, it's wacky, not a lot of people appreciated it. It did not sell well. What do you mean, kill only a single enemy? I killed every enemy in the room with that. I guess at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, like, you should play God Hand. You should play God Hand, and if you don't like it, then that means you are an IGN reviewer. I really look forward to when I eventually do play God Hand for the stream, and I know I'm going to do terrible at it. But at least I won't be IGN. That's right, I will play past level 2. Never forget. Plus it'll re-establish my gaming cred. You'd be like, oh, you know, you didn't like Deadpool because you sucked at it. And be like, you know, I played all the way through God Hand. I can deal with difficult games. I say as I'm playing Doom on Ultraviolence. I don't want to go in there. Great. Now they're teleporting around. As far as like doing Doom on Ultraviolence goes, it's really just a war of attrition. Like you've got the quick save, so you can have your checkpoints anywhere. And at that point, it's like Castlevania, when we were doing Castlevania 3 on Famicom. Like, it's really just about throwing yourself at it until you win. And the big hope you can have, the big hope I have when I do that, is that I don't win through luck. I do actually improve every time we go. Which was definitely the case for me with Castlevania 3, so that was nice. I clearly got better as we went. I have the yellow kit. God damn it. Yeah, that's the blue key. Rocket. Own share. Shotgun ammo, yay. Okay, blue key, what we're after. Let's see what this leads. Yeah. Have I ever told you guys how much I hate teleport mazes? I feel like it's come up some point. Blue key over there. How do I get back? All right. You sneaky bastards. that you should never be afraid to use the BFG. You should always just know when to use it. Like, when is a situation too much of a lost cause to, you know, try and get through without it. Alright, Flame, it's time. There it is. This is a good one. I love the build up to it. Might be something of a recurring thing with me. Some of my favourite tracks having that slower build up into like the hard rock. Because I've said before, my favourite track in Symphony of the Night is the Tragic Prince. Which plays in the clock tower. Look, Ma, I'm on top of the world. I can do that better. You know, the track should probably take longer to loop, though. Look at all that fun over there. Can you believe for a minute that I had max shotgun ammo? Need a berserk, but okay. Didn't really want the berserk. I wanted to get that chainsaw that I saw. Yeah, that one. I kinda wish weapon switching was faster sometimes. Ah, fuck. Can't just have lost souls flying around the level, can you? Really not healthy for me. The therapist said, like, I need to make sure there are no lost souls around. And for my mental health. But I've always been looking over my shoulder for them. Boy. Alright, what am I missing? Possibly this. You know what? That concerns me. I feel like this level hasn't been about making progress, it's just been about running around killing everything. And you can be like, but isn't that what every level's about? And it's like, but every other level's about moving through an environment, finding the path to progression. And the enemies just happen to be in the way. This level feels like it's specifically about killing everything. Haven't gotten any keys, so we've definitely not made any progression. There isn't even in here. Give it a minute. Alright, what am I missing? A blue key. Okay. So we have a goal? I just need to find the blue key. Alright. Well, we have an ad coming up, so we're going to run that ad. And then we'll finish off Mount Erebus, hopefully.
Oh no!
Yeah. We're back. Alright, where's the blue key? Where haven't I been? Been in there, that's where we started. Over there. Let's just fire. I've been in there. No, this is where the monster sounds are coming from. There's a spectre up there. I want to be there, surely. Presumably the way in is a teleporter. There ain't nothing there. We'll check this area. Didn't seem like there was anything in here. It doesn't look like there's anything in it. No, this doesn't lead anywhere of value. It's just back there. Can't believe Flame isn't even here to appreciate his favourite level. For shame indeed. Won that chainsaw. It's too long to strafe jump. Well, I found the solution. The stupidest part is I now don't remember what the solution was. Oh wait, no I do. I remember where it was. I don't think it's particularly good design when the pathway required to continue is essentially a secret. I don't like that. That's all the enemies. Where is it? Limbo. Right. Oh, fuck you. I'm in a secret area. Ah. Blue door, blue door. One thing I have always liked as a design element of Doom is the way the map fills up is based on what you see on your screen. Rather than like a certain radius around the character. And I like that. It's a good idea. Check the other side of that pillar soon. And blue key, obviously a trap there. Let's grab it. A little disappointing, but okay. See, that's what the smart level designers of Doom do. They don't have the items or triggers be something that you have to deal with immediately. And it adds a little more tension and can cause more trouble later. Like, grab that key and say this wall opens and that wall opens and a bunch of enemies pour out. Trouble, deal with it immediately. But say grab that key and this wall opens, and this wall opens. And that's more of a problem to deal with. Oh, I know about that now. Okay, yellow door. Pretty smoothly. Press the button again. Okay, remember where we parked the red key door. Yep. They weren't even really attacking. God. Right. BFG, appreciated. Red key. That switch do something over here. No. Alright, back to that teleport. Right. Where was that room? Have the yellow key. Bastards. Why was that door open anyway? I hadn't already opened it. Because I'd only just gotten the red key. Oh, there's the yellow key. On Duke Nukem 3D, you can't shoot the switches. Right now, where are we? So it feels like all the red key doors have opened up without me having to open them. Which is just odd. Can I go in there? How many of these guys is there? Total of 38 enemies in this level. Wonder what that switch does. Right, we might be making progress. No, I don't appreciate that. I hope that button didn't just open up that area. It's all the enemies in the level. Let's stop going around in circles. Okay, not that one. Yes. Nope. Something, but, you know. Don't know what I was looking for. Was that switch always there? Perfect. Alright, let's get out of this place. Yes. Ready, Ninja? It's time. Oh, you catch a glimpse of that leg? There she is. Spider Mastermind. A lot nastier than the Cyber Demon. The face. Simply for the fact that her weapon is a chain gun, which means it's a hit scan. Oh no, visually it's way less interesting than the Cyber Demon. Not as intimidating, not as cool looking. but definitely less fun to fight because its weapon is the chain gun, which is a hit scan. Alright, go. So circle strafing is way less effective. See? Oh, she's over there. Yeah, it's really a war of attrition in a sense that isn't as engaging as the Cyber Demon. Because by, like, long before this point, probably before you finish episode 1, you'll have realised the biggest problem in any crowd is the guys with guns. Oh, they're infighting. Well, there you have it. Spider Mastermind Train.
The loathsome spider demon that masterminded the invasion of the moon bases and caused so much death has had its ass kicked for all time. A hidden doorway opens and you enter. You've proven too tough for hell to contain, and now hell at last plays fair. For you emerge from the door to see the green fields of Earth, home at last. You wonder what's been happening on Earth while you were battling evil unleashed. It's good that no hell spawn could have come through that door with you.
You maniacs! You blow it up! And that's how Doom ends. Honestly, we might be thinking, like, I thought that, but we might be thinking of the end screen for Thy Flesh Consumed. Thy Flesh Consumed, Episode 4, released as part of the Ultimate Doom, was released after Doom 2, and serves narratively to bridge the gap between Doom and Doom 2. So when we come back to Doom, we'll be concluding the game with the final episode. The hardest episode. How you doing, Seek? But yeah, no, Doom... The Spider Mastermind is ultimately way less interesting of a boss than the Cyber Demon. It always has been. It's why the Cyber Demon returns more than the Spider Mastermind does. It's why Doom 3 had the Cyber Demon as the final boss and not the Spider Mastermind. Like, you think of, like, big demon monsters in Doom, you're probably going to think of the Cyber Demon before the Spider Mastermind. Yeah, there you have it, the original 3 episodes of Doom. Like I say, when we come back, we will do Thy Flesh Consumed. And then we're not going to jump straight into Doom 2. We'll play something else. Ah. I'm enjoying this. I've been enjoying these daylight shooters as a different thing, as a change of pace. And once we move away from Doom, I'm curious to see if it holds up as an idea. I imagine it will. Like, I'll probably do something like GoldenEye. Or I won't do Quake. Like, I'll move away from it for a bit. But I'll do something. Let's have a sound alert for defeating Hell.
Tell me why.
Because they deserved it. Anyway. That is going to do it for us for today. I want to thank everybody for watching. I always really appreciate the support. Big special thank you to everyone in the chat. Thanks, always best part of the Teak, Flame, Ninja, Bane. Oh, no. Doom 2 Hell on Earth. The reason why will be because they killed Daisy. But Doom 1? They killed Daisy. I always choose to take it as like they killed Daisy as like, out of spite. Like, fine, we'll let you go, but also, 1, we're coming for Earth, and 2, fuck your rabbit. It was intending to come back tonight with more Jade Empire, but like my throat was not feeling up to it. We'll see how I feel in a few hours. But there's a strong possibility it'll be like we'll have to take a break back on it and continue Jade Empire another time. Yeah, Doom done. And all that's left is the bonus episode that was added post-release, which honestly is the part I've been worrying about most. Because like if you own Doom and you've never played Thy Flesh Consumed, maybe boot it up, give it a try. Just the first level. And you'll see why it's the part I'm worried about. Why episode 4 specifically is what I'm worried about. Like, we'll do it. We'll do it. We've overcome long gods before. This has been a really nice port. Like, Night Dive generally does really good stuff anyway, and aside from the way the background scrolls in open areas, like, this has been a really nice port. Like, I don't know if you got to see it, Ninja, but, like, take a look at this. Or if you want to imagine what it was like to play it on the 3DO, but faster. It's a shame there's no option for, like a frame rate cap. Is there? You'd think there would be. Yeah, there's no option for a frame rate cap. Presumably it just runs at 60. But given that they give you the option of multiple screen sizes, accessibility settings, and whatnot, like the original version ran at 35. Which is a weird frame rate for modern displays to render. Because it's like 35 doesn't go cleanly into 60. 35, 70, double speed, 140. So like probably the best you could get out of it would be maybe with a 144Hz monitor. If you want that experience, take a look at Chocolate Doom, which is a source port of Doom that aims to replicate the original experience very faithfully. It's like if you're really set on re-experiencing Doom as it originally launched, just on a modern display, take a look at Chocolate Doom. For everybody else, I think everybody else is happy with Z Doom and its evolutions. GZ Doom, I think we're on UZ Doom now. And for those who just want to play the game, we have the Kex Engine versions. Just want to play the game? Just buy this version. Doom 2. Option of mods easily installed. But yeah, that's pretty much it. When daylight shooting time returns, die flesh consumed. Which, like, I was tempted to be like, let's take a quick look so you can see the pain. But I feel like we'll just deal with that all at once. But if you've never seen it, look forward to it. Because the idea of Die Flesh Consumed is Doom has been out for like 3 years at this point, and you've gotten good at it. But more importantly, Doom has been out for like 3 years at this point, and the developers have gotten good at it and decided to make something that they would find challenging. But yeah, I've already thanked everybody who was in the chat. I always really appreciate the support chat in this part of the stream. The Year of RPGs does continue. I want to make a point that the daylight shooting time are basically bonus streams. Don't consider them part of the mainstream. The mainstream is always the later stuff, which is where we're doing RPGs. Superhero Sunday is just the guaranteed day, generally. And the day I can guarantee I'll be available. without work obligations. The RPGs is still the main thing. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, there's not really anything else to say except thank you all for watching, have yourselves a fantastic time of day, and take care. We'll catch you next time, guys. Bye.